Target acquired. Rally on me.
Institute of Matter Transfer Sciences, owned by Ahmed Akbar, will attempt to complete the first matter transfer machine.
Someone's using a secure line to communicate with the outside. I'm gonna find out who.
Oh my gosh.
That's Rashad Amir.
Step away from the computer!
Step away!
In my wildest expectations, I would have never figured that you would create time travel. My mind is racing with the possibilities.
Transferring matter was bad enough. Put time travel in your hands.
If RAM created matter transfer, they can go anywhere GPS coordinates can take them. Are you okay?
We have a problem. I agreed to build the time machine.
They already did it. They sent Brent and a team somewhere already.
We can't kill him. Jesus is a prophet. We should honor him.
Yes, we will be correcting the greatest deception of all time.
I get it. It's the ultimate jihad. Eliminate Christianity by killing Jesus before the resurrection. Muhammad just killed off every Christian that ever existed.
He will be remembered as a great prophet, but not as a son of God.
How does this rank in your list of all-time favorite Jambo movies?
Whew. Well, it's better than Passion of the Jambos.
Mm.
The Last Temptation.
Which gets referenced by this movie.
It does. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
And The Temptation of Jambus. And Jambus Christ Jambus Christ Superstar.
Yeah.
I say it's the best of all the Jambus movies.
What about I Can Only Imagine?
Oh, I Can Only Jambus?
Mm-hmm.
This is less annoying than I Can Only Imagine.
Yes, this one had a lot of action and excitement and adventure and some sort of, confusing time loops, dreams within dreams kind of stuff. Some interstellar stuff.
Well, the movie or the people describe things after stuff happens. Like when he discovers time travel, he puts a ball on one pad. There's two pads. And then a little eraser top falls out of his pocket or something. And then that thing gets transported over to the other pad. Mm-hmm. And then he just sits there and he goes, oh, time travel. And you go, but how? But how is it time travel?
There was a latency.
I still don't understand. Like, how come the ball was destroyed, but the top wasn't? And it's time travel.
Time travel.
And, I don't get it. And then, we're supposed to just know, get, what he's talking about.
I don't know if we're really supposed to get it. It's a little... there's some holes in it.
Well, I mean, the movie's supposed to get it because...
Yes.
The leader guy, the Muslim guy, is like, slow down that tape. Time travel.
Time travel.
Whoa, you saw it too? Am I missing something? And then they just kind of describe it later on. But there's so many times when it's just something happens. You're like, what? What happened? And then...
Yeah.
And then it goes,
I thought they were going to get fired, and he was just fucking with them.
Yeah. And then I go, oh, never mind. This is what happened. Thanks, movie, for telling what you just did. Why don't you show it better next time?
Okay. So, Act 1. Well, the movie starts with, they do a little bait and switch. And, I was reading up on Assassin 33 AD, both thrice written, directed, and produced by Jim Carroll. Jim Carroll is the master of the bait and switch.
Oh, definitely.
And and we think that the guy in the beginning of the movie is going to be our protagonist.
Yeah.
And so what's going on with him? He was, ex special forces. He's driving. He's just got a new job. He's got his wife, his beautiful Christian wife in the car.
And he won't keep his eyes on the road.
Daughters. And she's like, I just got this feeling that made me cry a little bit, that something wonderful is going to happen through you. And then he gets his whole family killed. And then we time travel to what, MIT or some college with this, who our real protagonist is. And he's taking a test and he's talking to himself, which is like, shut the hell up, you're cheating and you're distracting the other test takers.
Yeah.
He like bumps into this hot babe, not once, but twice. Like the second time was like borderline assault.
Yeah. And like he hit her with his body.
Yeah. Like slammed her. And she's just trying to turn in her test. And then she's like, hey, what's up? And then they're going out, I guess. Whoa.
I was showing what happened.
It's good. It's a good reenactment, because that is how it happened. Yeah, and so he gets like 100 on his test, and they're like, that's impossible. Nobody's ever done that.
That might have been the toughest test I've ever taken.
Pretty sure I aced it?
No one's ever going to ace this test.
I'll be the first.
Oh, really? And just who are you?
Ram Goldstein.
Amy Lee.
And then he and his girlfriend get a new job at the same place that our bait and switch protagonist got a job security at.
Yeah, they just get this job after the test. We don't know how long it's passed since the car accident. He's like, this must be years later. Or is it a month? But turns out, like, you find out, like, the Muslim boss guy's like, I know you just had your accident and you took some time off. So he's always been working for the Muslim time travelers.
Time travel.
Well,
I didn't know. And I thought, like he was in the accident, he started drinking a lot, and now he's just, like, decided, I didn't know what was happening until they told me, I guess what I'm saying.
I mean, they did show, you know, the first or second of many crying scenes.
Yeah.
With the chief security guy. I don't know what he was supposed to be. He looked like a mix of like a bunch of different characters and actors from other movies, like they were trying to go for. Our team of geniuses, they're this sort of like ragtag group of smart misfits. I never got the impression that at least half of them were smart.
Yeah. I
think they were just kind of along for the ride.
They kept saying that the main smart guy was smart, but more is just like a Steven Seagal movie where they kept saying like how dangerous he was.
Money now and a lot more when I get in that office. I can take that to the bank.
I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator Trent. To the blood bank.
But then it's like, oh, you take my word for it. He's in 2 fights and he's like the best. It's like, he's so smart. He's so smart. So much of that. They're along for the ride because lots of time it's like, I need time to think. Go to lunch or something. And he tries to work it out. Like,
yeah, I mean, you need them to ask questions and to have things explained to, i.e. explained to the viewer.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're basically like the Riker or the Mr.
Watson.
T.
It's like the Watsonville home.
Watson, yeah.
Climate change time.
Depending on the circumstances, we might not exist in a few minutes.
Say what?
No, if whatever he did affected us, wouldn't we have changed already?
Time doesn't change instantaneously. It has to rewrite itself.
Rewrite itself?
It's like the speed of light.
It appears to move instantly, but light has a speed.
So that's why everything was blowing up on the time pad.
Exactly. We were inadvertently splitting the time continuum.
But so all the accident and the tests lead to everybody in this like kind of secretive technological research place where like the guy from the accident and the nerds get together and they're all working in the same building.
Yeah. And they're working for the mysterious Mr. Subaru, or whatever the hell his name is.
Subaru.
Some kind of racist sounding name, I'm sure. Yeah. Assassin. Why is it just one in? Assassin. How many were there? There were several.
Well, yeah, it should be Assassination 33 AD. And but people have different religious beliefs. Like the scientist guy, he's like, no, I'm science guy. But then the girlfriend is like, I'm super religious.
Every time you pray and nothing ever happens.
Don't mock me.
You're right. I'm sorry. Just because I believe in science doesn't give me the right to make fun of your belief.
God works in mysterious ways, and he might just be working through you. Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, for about this long.
Oh.
And then the security guy is like, God, what did you do to me? I give up on you.
This is because of you, God.
You made me this way. You put me in this position.
So
He's got to be born again at some point.
The lead nerd guy discovers time travel. Trying to get like teleportation, trying to invent teleportation. And it's like they keep putting these balls on the one pad A, it goes to pad B, but it just explodes. And one of the second tier nerds like, put a chair in there, asshole, and the whole thing explodes. And it's like, the ball's fine, but it isn't like chairs. And then the pencil eraser cap falls, and it's like, oh, time travel. And then the whole movie just kind of starts going because the Mr. Subaru says like, hey, you invented time travel. And he's like, no, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, boop, boop. I locked it up. You can't time travel. So this is like everything that gets the whole movie into motion is that like, they want the time travel codes. And so they can go back and kill Jesus and stop the greatest lie ever created.
Allah would honor us. We would be correcting the greatest deception of all time. He will be remembered as a great prophet, but not as the Son of God. Jesus would want that.
And we will be effectively dismantling Christianity.
Yeah, so, okay, just from the trailer, I was confused. So I was like, the motive of the Muslim guys is go back in time.
Yeah.
We do believe in Jesus. We do believe that Jesus was a prophet. We don't believe that he was the Son of God.
Yeah.
Therefore, we have to go back in time and kill him to prevent the resurrection that we don't believe in. That's where it all kind of gets a little fucked up.
Well,
but then when we watch the movie, it's like, okay, they're sort of flip-flopping between, okay, was he resurrected, or did the followers, his little cult members, steal the body and say he walked himself out of here, praise be, Christianity starts. And so that was why they went back in time and killed everybody.
That's what's the weird part about this movie. It's a Christian movie, but it doesn't...
Yeah.
If I was, which I am, I'm super on Team Jambus. If I was going to make a movie, I would have it very clear that Jesus walks out of the thing, and it's not just like it's not subjective at all. It's like, this happened.
Yeah.
Look at it happen. And I also wouldn't have some of the jokes they have in there that, like, when people come and look for his body, and in the Bible it's like, oh, he has risen, he's not here anymore. They're like, have like glow sticks, and they're like, oh my god.
they're having a rage or a rave out there in the grotto. That was Jesus' tomb.
And they're laughing, and it's like, hey, he's not here, man.
Be careful. You might be changing history.
Gone. Not here. He has risen.
He has risen.
Yeah, you're talking about like secret of events in this whole story, and you're treating it like it's like a Lethal Weapon movie or something. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand their point of view. And Jesus doesn't really do anything. Yeah, they don't show him, like they don't say, yes, this is it. It's like he's just a guy. And when he meets Simon, one of the guy who puts the chair, one of the second level nerds, the chair on the platform, he only like has clarity because a guy told him what was going to happen, so he was sure that it was going to work out. Like, it had nothing to do with any higher power telling him that. It was a guy, a guy who came over and said, hey, you're going to be known for this, and you're going to have lots of followers throughout like history. And then he was like, oh yeah, it wasn't like God came down and said it, it was a guy. And then when
he was like thanking God for sending this messenger from the future, who basically, you know what, he spoiled the passion for Jesus.
Yeah.
He told him the whole thing. He's telling him all the best parts, all the worst parts. He's talking about how he's like, well, I didn't even finish watching it because they were throwing your chunks of flesh over the wall with your little thorny whips and stuff, which kind of makes me want to watch the movie even more.
It's like if I was playing poker and like, should I put like my house and my car down on this hand? And the future guy's like, yeah, do it. It's like, cool, thanks for the tip. And now I'm going to do it. No like chance in it. There's no like.
Oh, yeah. There's no risk. There's no real sacrifice. You're right.
And then when they save the people at the end from the car for Bradley Cooper, the chief guy, it's like it's a time traveler. Time traveler again, save them and like, thank the Lord.
There were multiple time travel attempts to save Jesus. The first one was pretty botched. Jesus gets whacked and people are sort of scattered across the universe basically. But that one dude, I don't remember his name. He was like the least important of the 4 geniuses.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And I forgot his name.
He's like hanging out with the head corporate Muslim guy. And all of a sudden, like the building that they're in like disappears and they're like a pretty forest. And he's like, oh, Christians never happened. Yay.
Well, the idea of this time travel in this movie is like, because I thought like, second one, you killed Jesus and it's over because he left a big impact on history.
Yeah.
Religious or not, like this is a person who changed a lot of things. And I was like, it's over now. But turns out, and
it creates a time paradox.
Well, for a little while, because again, it tells you afterwards, like, because Jesus speaks English. They don't explain that ever.
Did he just speak English?
In 33 AD. Don't be a moron.
But if you go back 2,000 years and you kill Jesus, it takes time for the new, what's the word? I've said it a bunch of times. It's a really important word in this movie. Yes, time continuum. For the new time continuum to catch up with yours.
That I found to be kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
The universe isn't a computer. I mean, I know that they tried to use like the metaphor a lot about how it's like, oh, everything has to reset, quote unquote, or overwritten, or blah, 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 blah.
But the more there is to overwrite, the longer it takes. Like if I go back an hour and I do something, it's probably changed automatically. But if I go back 2,000 years, it takes like the course of the movie to do that. And that's when they go back and they kill Jesus and they capture like the least important of the nerds. And like everything around him disappears. And now he's in this like destroyed buildings and like everything's awful. Like the buildings
and there's like that green gas everywhere and like horrible like matrixy lightning storms happening in the background.
Yes, it was very matrixy.
And they're like, this is what happens when Jesus doesn't exist, because if Jesus doesn't exist, there's no forgiveness. That was what they said.
No one would ever forgive anyone ever if this guy hadn't done it. No one would do it.
They'll build these great cities, but then they'll destroy all of them. Like, okay, cool.
I mean, but also, if Jesus had died, it would have set up, you wouldn't have like the morals of Christianity, which led to like laws and rules. And you probably wouldn't have all these, you might have these big cities through some other way, but it wouldn't be the same. And that guy probably wouldn't even be alive.
No.
If I went back in time and killed like my grandparents' mailman, I might not be alive because they wouldn't have done the exact same things to check their mail. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything affects everything else. So, I mean.
But it's like, if Jesus is dead, if Jesus was assassinated 33 AD, why would the guy even have the motive to start the company and make a time machine to go back in time to kill Jesus in the first place?
Exactly. Like everybody talks about,
stupid loop.
It got very confusing with the time jumping. I'm not going to begin to try to understand the difference.
Yeah, we'd have to make like a chart and get like sticky notes and like strings and contacts and shit like that.
That would take forever, and I don't know if I could brain that. Like, I don't get it.
This makes no sense.
And then it's so funny. The funny part is he goes, hey, Mom and Dad, I gotta go. This time continuum was running out. And he runs off screen. I was like, what? What are you talking about?
Are you okay? What is going on?
I created a time machine. Ahmed used it to kill Jesus. What? I have to go back and kill Ahmed.
What?
What are you talking about? I don't have time. My time in this continuum is expiring.
Parents are like, what the fuck? You just killed these 2 people. We've been kidnapped. What's happening? You're wearing like a fucking bag.
It's the best way to leave a room ever.
Dreams within dreams, man.
Yeah. Oh, and then Brad.
Did it.
The Brad guy. He is like...
Brad.
He is the head security guy. Well, his name is Brant. But Jesus calls him Brad for some reason, I think. We all heard Brad. I don't know what you heard. But we heard Brad. And because like he's the interrogator to get the time travel codes.
Time travel.
And so he's like gets his parents killed. And then the funniest part in the movie is Jesus says, which this confused me too, but he says, to save, was it Amy? I forgot, to save the girl.
Yeah, save Amy.
To save Amy, you have to forgive Brad.
To save Amy, you must forgive Brad.
Which is ridiculous coming out of Jesus' mouth nailed to a cross.
Yeah.
It's like, did you just make Jesus say that to save Brad? Like, and it's really, like, again, it's like, is that a blasphemous thing? They didn't explain how Jesus spoke English, though. That was weird. I thought
because of space powers. Look,
well, I thought
the poster.
It was a time travel trick. Like
time travel.
Maybe Jesus was going to be alive somewhere, and one of the time travelers was dressed as Jesus.
Time travel.
And they were going to crucify him instead, which would have been very interesting.
So Jesus could have been. Oh my God!
I know. That would have been awesome.
Time traveler.
Time travel.
And Simon is trying to get Jesus not to get crucified, but if you don't have him crucified, that's what you know him from. And then they go off at the end and they're like, hey, we're gonna start our own time travel agency and save people and make more time continuums.
Yeah, that seems like a bad idea.
Well, because at the end when they save the security guard's family.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that change the whole movie we just saw? Yes.
Because they needed him to be all fucked up at the end to save the day.
I was waiting for this, and it wasn't let down. The spectacle of a SWAT team killing Jesus, that was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, they delivered on it.
They did.
Could have used more gore.
But I thought this was an interesting movie. I don't know if I only watch it again just to figure out to make my time travel map, and I don't know if I can deal with that. I don't know if I can handle, because I have so many questions. Like, Simon dies in one.
Yeah.
Like, okay, Simon, the head nerd even says it to him once, like, oh, you saw the old me die. I'm me from a different continuum. Wouldn't one continuum be around at one time and one of them would disappear or something?
Yeah, that kind of janked it up because the one chick was sign languaging to herself in the security feed or something like that. And it's like, okay, somebody shouldn't be here.
And how do they know to look at
Carl Sagan and stuff?
How do they know to look at that footage?
I don't know.
I don't understand how they knew. I still want to know how time travel happens. They just say, oh, you set coordinates. But it's like, all right, but the eraser, how does the eraser have to do with time travel? Like, you move it from one place to another. And they should have had a scene after that with the eraser top where it was like, he goes on and he starts talking to himself, and then his friends come in. It's like, I figured it out, guys, and they explain it to them so where we know what's going on. And then I think this is a semi-Christian movie because it's the idea that I've never quite understood, where it's like people go to the hospital and the doctors who've been to school and have debt for school and working hard to save you from whatever's wrong with you, and then you just go, oh, thank the Lord. It's like, yeah, but I'm here, I'm a doctor, hello.
Yeah, thanks, asshole.
Right. It's like, oh, the time traveler saved my family, thanks God. It's like, but she did it. The time traveler did it.
Time travel.
Yeah, you see Simon back there kind of like shrugging, like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, exactly.
And then, I mean, at least Jesus turned around and sort of like, he didn't thank him explicitly, but he was like, your words make me feel like really good or whatever. So it was like an expression of like appreciation, but he didn't really say thank you the way that he did to God.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you're here too, I guess. I don't know. Like, I don't believe in medicine. Like, why just save you with it? Yeah, I know. I don't believe in it.
I'm not wearing a mask. You wear a mask.
I know.
Idiot.
So God saved me. Like, no. This whole team of people worked very hard and you don't appreciate it.
You okay?
I have this feeling that God is about to do something really miraculous through you.
I was Assassin 33 AD. It's not the... It's fine. It's interesting. Interesting take on
cool with
time
it?
travel.
Time travel.
I wasn't offended as a good, upstanding Christian.
As a Jambusite, I wasn't offended.
Yeah.
And when they were in the tomb and they were having a glow stick party and they treated like the people who found Jesus as idiots and they were like going, ooh, like, no, that wasn't offensive.
He is risen. Yay.
I want to know what the target audience thought about this.
I love the theme of forgiveness and the reminders of God's sovereignty is in everything, even time travel.
Time travel.
Everything that
Thanks,
happens,
Michael. That's a really good opinion.
Everything that happens is through God if you like it. If you don't, it's not him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's
good biblical twist to a sci-fi adventure.
Oh.
Time travel,
Time travel.
Cross, and saving lives, heroes and villains in scientific revelation.
Oh.
That's a thing, scientific revelation. Anybody else get the vibe that desperate movie creators like this payoff commentators? Thanks, Brad.
Okay.
I don't know. It gives you the idea of people's take on it.
Well, that's Assassin 33 AD. I give it 2 crosses up out of 3.
God, that's where I was going to go with it. I also enjoyed Assassin 33 AD, and I would like to give it 3 crosses out of 3.
Oh.
33 AD.
Whoa.
Whoa. Illuminati confirmed. So they said that Jesus was a carpenter.
Yeah.
I wonder if he used any of his carpentry skills to make crosses.
You think he was on the cross, he was like, this is a well-constructed cross. There's no way I'm going to fall down off this. Whoever made this, hey guys, who made this? You did? Very, very well constructed, very sturdy. Good job.
Yeah, good craftsmanship.